know, there are 3 Mother's Day, or is it not 3 or 5 now? But anyway, let's maximize the day. We've still got a few hours to go. So to all fathers in SIC, to all mothers and fathers, everyone, happy Father's Day to everyone. It's good to see you here. It's going to be an amazing night. I hope you're all ready. You've got your pads ready. Just before we get started, go and tell your friends, they need to be here. We are not going to be wasting time at all. I'll be calling on coaching in the next 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Yes, I'm going to be strict with time tonight. So if there's anyone that needs to be here, go and tell them they need to come on right now. We are starting in 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So good afternoon, everyone. For all the new members who are joining in, my name is Mayo Walusoji. It's good to welcome you tonight. And then from everyone, let me know where in the world are you joining us from? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know your location, exactly the city. Where are you logging in from tonight? Lagos, Nigeria, John, it's good to see you. Welcome on board Lagos. Oluwaseun, to all the men in the house. Yeah, I'll rep for the men tonight. Manchester, you're next door to me. Kane Day in Lagos, Nigeria, the last giddy. I like that. So let me know, where in the world are you connecting from? We've got members across, I think, about now 5 to 6 continents. So let me know if it is morning, afternoon, or evening. And how is Father's Day being celebrated in your country? All the fathers should be busy, and mothers, I hope you did celebrate the fathers today. It's good to see everyone. And Coach has spoiled me, don't worry. Yeah, she spoiled me with messages. And I know my gift will arrive very soon. I'm still checking the clock now because they do Sunday delivery and it's late. So don't worry, I'm patient. It's good to see everyone. Let me go through the room. Let me see, who do we have here? I can see Oluwaseun. Isi Ifamiodun. It will be nice to see you on the camera. OA, it's good to see you. Well, to see your picture. Shakira, it's good to see your picture as well. As our tradition, it's always nice to see us face to face, like you can see mine. It would be nice for you to switch on your cameras. Let's see each other so that we can actually put faces to the names. Oluwafumi in Lake Oluwafumi, Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria are you? I hope you've got your PVC card. It's good to see everyone. Lagos, Morenike, nice to see you, Coach EMA. It's nice to see you tonight as well. I'll be calling on our lead coach, Coach Sola, in the next 1 minute and 59 seconds. I'm strict with time tonight. So if there is anyone that needs to be here, hi, Benny Coca. It's good to see you. Happy Father's Day. Oh, thank you very much. Duchess Julie, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very much. It's good to see you as well. Hello, Chooks. That's a lovely background. It would be nice to see your face. Hi, Fatima. It's good to see you. Ibrahim, Fadeke, Dario, Mrs. Fajolu. My precious God, it's good to see you, Ma'am Folu, Shekwa Dalakbo, Imam, Oluwatoyin. Why is it that we're not switching on our cameras? Why is that? Come on, everyone. Let's see our faces. It'll be nice to put a face to the name. And when Zooms are going on, it's always nice. It's quite interactive that way. You feel the energy of making sure people are actually listening to you, not watching Netflix by the side. Not like I don't do it sometimes myself, but not tonight. So it's good to see everyone. Anambra, Nigeria. That is nice to know. How's things like in Anambra? I've never been there before. Hello, everyone. Nairobi, Kenya. Oh, let me remember something in Nairobi, Kenya. Asante Sana, Catherine. Asante Sana. I just came back from Kenya, actually from Mombasa, I think 2-3 weeks ago. So it's good to see you, Catherine. Wow, that's very, very nice. Hello, everyone else. Kane Day on the road driving. That's awesome, Kenny. Just make sure you're listening to us. Don't try to focus on the screen. It's good to drive safe. So everyone else, I'll be Oluwatoyin. How are you? Where are you today? Onyeye, Jemima, Eunice, TMB, Pamela, Temitokbe, Shalom, Catherine, Naomi, Edith. How are you all? Welcome, welcome, everyone. We're going to be starting in 1 more minute. Now, we have a lot to go through tonight, and being Sunday night, we need to finish quite early because we've all got a busy week ahead of us. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome now our lead coach, Coach Sola Adesakin. Ma'am, the floor is yours, man.
Righty, thank you. Thank you so much, MO, for showing up. I want to believe you're not the only man in this room. Okay, I can see a couple of men as well. Please, this is not a women-only program or webinar. Go get the men. Go pull them, like literally pull them by the ears. Like, come inside the room. Ladies, call your friends. We are going to have an amazing time tonight. It's going to be very short, punchy, straight to the point. And I know that this particular session will define the remaining part of the year for you. The person we are hosting today is such an amazing and powerful person, powerful in voice, powerful in personality, powerful in knowledge, and it's such a joy. So I want to just give you like 2 minutes. Go call, like literally pull your friends, like pull them in. Anybody who wants to start the second part of the year on such a solid note has to be in this room tonight. You know, so I was chatting with a friend earlier today, and I'm like, what is happening with June? June seems to be like, you know, flying. Tomorrow is the 20th already, and I'm wondering, gosh, I know that a lot of things have happened this year, but I am very, very optimistic that the second part of the year is where the magic is. And you can't expect magic to happen if you're not arming yourself with the right knowledge, the right mindset, and all of that. So please, if you have a best friend, a bestie, as we usually say, somebody that you really want to, you know, go through the remaining part of the year on a strong road together, holding yourselves accountable, go get them. Man, get them and pull them in. Ladies, I am about to spotlight my guest for tonight. I love her so much. I love her energy. I love her drive. I love everything she represents. And I am not boasting. I am not bragging. Tonight, you know, in church they will say, pray that you will not go back on the same way you have come, right? This is not a cliche, but I know that you're going to be very, 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 very impacted. And, you know, you're going to be blessed. I know that's a church word, but you're going to be blessed. Yeah, amen. Blessing is a good word. I will be spotlighting my guest for tonight. She's not going to talk yet because I need to quickly go through her profile. And then we are going to take it away from here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Can you see the everything jamming? All right, so I am spotlighting the two of us, just the two of us. Guys, let me quickly read our profile and then we will be ready to go. Yetunde Bankole-Bernard. I just love that name. I mean, the combination of that name and the YBB. I have a friend who is DDK. I'm like, why is my own name not something? But it's okay. Right. Yetunde, also known as YBB, is deeply intuitive, a proficient communicator, teacher of authentic expression, magnetism, and inner wisdom. Yetunde Bankole-Bernard's professional journey started 18 years ago in the marketing communications industry. Experience is vast and cuts across various industries with a focus on brand activation, PR, and media relations, sponsorship leveraging, and experiential marketing with multinationals and premium brands like British America Tobacco, Nigerian Breweries, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Nokia, MTN, NIBSS, Oceanic Bank, amongst others. Today, YBB, as she's known, serves as the Chief Experience Officer at the YBB company, a reinvention and evolution agency. She's an author, speaker, enabler of mind and life shifts, certified life coach, MBTI practitioner from CAPT, Florida, relationship and image coach, and corporate image consultant. Specifically, she works with individuals, companies, and teams that desire to articulate their essence and tell their unique story from a place of value, resourcefulness, and authenticity in order to inspire others to connect to their vision. She works as the identity coach, but is experienced as the shifter. Oh my God, my mouth. A bespoke service tool is called Recall, an identity solution for those at a new beginning, experiencing life transitions or seeking the next of their lives. Through our workbooks, ebooks, podcasts, videos, audio experiences, and events, which are products of our work, YBB focuses on teaching, training, and coaching on self-awareness, esteem, and presence, as well as building inner capacity and human connection. An advocate for maximizing abilities, YBB is a convener of the Recall for Men Conference, the first unbiased city center conference for men in Africa aged 20 to 35 with about 2,500 members in its community. In addition to our work with individuals, companies, and teams, YBB also serves as the executive director of Flinch Growth Group, a group of 8 companies in the aviation, travel, tour, and agro industries overseeing corporate communications, product design, customer, and brand experience. YBB is a member of the Institute of Directors Nigeria, a professional institute for top directors in the country, and also a founding member of Gaia Africa, a private female members club for Africa's top C-suite executive and business founders. So guys, I do not like to shorten people's profile. If you know what it takes to acquire all of those, so I take my time. And when I go out to they read my profile, I say it's too long. It's not long, man. We have paid the dues, right? This amazing lady here, my friend, my sister, she's amazing. She's a coach to coaches, right? She's such an inspiration to many, to me as well, around the world. And I mean, if you like, you can quickly Google some of those things that I read out already. Darling, so good to have you here. You look really, really amazing. And right, I've asked you to unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Good evening.
Identity coach in the house. Oh yeah,
Good
virtual
evening.
class. You know how we do it here. Guys, give it up.
Oh, wow. Good evening.
So good to have you here.
I am so happy. Thank you. Thank you for hosting me tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. I am thoroughly excited. Thank you, Sola Adesakin, for your magnanimity. And, I'm just looking forward to this conversation. I've been, so many things going on right now. And I know that people are in different places in their lives. And so it's very important that we have this sort of discussions where we go deeper. So for me, this is a deeper with YBB conversation, where whatever it is on our minds and in our hearts, we're able to take it a step further and just not play lip service and go into the heart of the matter. So I'm here to share and to learn with everyone tonight. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. I love it already. Now, let's go right into the conversation. I mean, deep, call it onto deep. And this is, the deeper conversation with you. Now, this has been such an interesting year, to be honest. And, I've been telling people that in my adult years, in my adult life, I've never seen people as exasperated, as inundated, as pressed on all sides. I know part of what you do is to help people realize and understand their vision, embrace it, and what would be your starting words, right, for this very peculiar and blessed year called 2022, a year that has tested visions, a year that has tested identity, a year that has tested self-confidence. What would be the first thing to say? I know we're going to be talking about how your identity impacts your wealth and all of those things, but I just thought we should, keep the conversation from there.
Thank you, Sola. So first of all, I mean, this is how I thank you for that question. This is how I typically like to, start conversations. And that is the thing of how did I meet you? How are we here today? How this time, should I say, last year, I'd never had a conversation with you before. I'd never spoken to you before. I'd never, So this year, 2022, did we meet this year, Sola?
We met the first time in November at an event, but we connected in January.
But we connected this year. So looking at that scenario, let me just quickly give a perspective. So I'm speaking in one place and speaking to youths, and I noticed a lady at the back, and she wasn't like at the back, she was in a vantage point, and she's smiling, she's all of that. I'm like, okay, this person, I don't know, smiling, just looking at the stage. I just noticed who it was, and I remember I was stepping forward or leaving the stage and coming out, and you came towards me and just said, oh, we know, talked about somebody that we know. Together, and I said, "Oh, let's take a picture," and all of that. So first things first, when you said who it was, I think I'd heard about you from the person before. And, we took pictures and we're like, okay, we'll connect and this, and we did connect. 2022, where am I going? I'm saying that, you see, this year has tested so many things. And one of the things that it has tested is your ability to step forward in spite of whatever. So I'm going to just go straight into it. And what I'm going to say is that this year for me, I really understood that we have infinite capacity. Infinite capacity in the sense that with all of the madness and goings on, you have to, within yourself, understand that you have infinite capacity to become. And the infinite capacity to become is something that is within you and is not really affected by what is going on around you. So I was having a conversation with someone, I think last week, and I was saying that, if you keep looking at what is happening around you, you're going to cave in. You have to start from within to without. So this is the time to begin to work from inside out. If there were ever a time to, concentrate on who am I, who do I need to be today, what is unique about being me, what is my difference, and how do I daily serve that to the world such that I am not, drowning in all of the changes that are going on around me. Because change has hit its momentum. It's on a speed. It's on an all-time high, where you sleep tonight and what you wake up till tomorrow is not what you slept to. And you're awake and you're wondering, but dollar was 610 yesterday. But this was that, yes, and how? So there's only one thing that you are in control of, and it is what is going on your inside. So infinite capacity, that's the first thing. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about. And, I'm going to let you go into your questions or whatever you can hear me say right now and take it from there. Oh, there's, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to that. Something is happening around me right now that's trying to distract me, but I'm going to focus on what you're saying. So does that answer you? Do you want to say something else or should I go ahead?
Please go ahead. I'm enjoying the flow of the conversation.
So some people, this is the time. I said that something happened in 2020 where everything literally stopped. 2020 was that year where we were told, just drop everything you're doing and decide what is most important to you now. So even the people that you call busy bees, the high-flying moms and dads, the people that, we couldn't see because they couldn't, they were not attending anything. They were not in the center of anything. They were forced to look within and say, okay, what is important to me now? But something else happened. People decided to leave. Not decided, people started leaving without, there was no, when I say leave is, we are all imagining that the world is a space, like a playing ground. And everybody's, people that are picking the ball are picking the ball, people that are, talking to other people are talking, people that are playing. And all of a sudden, the people that you knew, you just started seeing that you were getting, they were leaving. And there was no time to say, wait for me, what is it? People just started leaving the scene. I do not know anyone that does not know someone that passed within 2020 and 2022, whether it's somebody you know personally, whether it's a friend of a friend, whether it's, a cousin of you just knew somebody that left the scene. And then you realized, what am I doing here? What is this all about? Why am I worried and concerned and anxious about these things? What is most important? Tonight, we're talking about identity and money. And the only reason I'm talking about money is because I'm in your space. But what is money? I think I just broke it down one day and I said to myself, what really is money? Money is just a currency, guys. Money can only buy things that have been created. Money is only an exchange for what already exists. Money is only for products and services. Money cannot move you from where you are to where you need to be. It is not enough. And so when you focus on just, if only I can have this money, if I can just be rich, if that is why even the people that have what you imagine to be the most money, you still hear of, what happened? Why would this person commit suicide? Why would this person, not be satisfied? Why would this person be, addicted to something? Why? Because it doesn't fill that void. The only thing that fills voids is what you do that comes back to you and you get feedback from. What do I mean? We need to begin to understand that wealth needs to stay in our consciousness. What is wealth? Wealth is an abundance of possessions. You know that you can possess people. You can possess relationships. You can possess things. You can possess in the sense that you own. You have, a direct access to. So we need to shift our minds from money to wealth. Now, some people are so poor, all they have is money. Let me take that again. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. What does that mean? I remember the first time I heard that phrase, and I thought to myself, that means that this person can only buy and can only purchase what already exists. This person can only, take what they see, what is already available to them. So it took me to the realm of imaginations and dreams. Am I going to, or do you have anything to
No.
So
Please go ahead.
Go.
No, go ahead. I'm taking notes. I will pause you.
So they have questions with imaginations and dreams. I realized that, when we think about dreaming, they say, oh, dream, your dreams do come true. What is dream and what is imagination? Remember, identity and money. I think we have moved from money to see what is my personal wealth advantage. How do I stand and do not hear the noise and stand in a place where every day I know that, I am winning, I am taking all, I'm receiving all, but I'm also giving everything that needs to be given per time, because one day, like 2020, between 2022, what is the probability you are going to be taken off the scene? And then what will it be worth? That's where we're going. But let's take a backtrack. Imagination and dreams. So because we are very religious people, as Africans generally, and particularly as Nigerians, we are religious. And, when we hear things like, putting down imaginations, things that exalt themselves above this and that, when they talk about dreams and when people talk about meditation or prayer, do you know that you need to set time aside to dream? What is dreaming? Dreaming is having pictures. So imagine dreaming as imaginations. Everything that you worry about, where does it start from? Does it start from when you see it? Where does it go? It goes right into your mind and you begin to create pictures. Hey, this is happening and that is happening. And you have fears and anxieties because you are seeing pictures. You have created some imaginations that have become real to you and you are seeing them as pictures. So let's go into what our imaginations and our dreams look like. Every day, these are the things that I do and, has helped me not to see all of the drama. I mean, I'm totally not moved. So it is every day setting your imaginations in motion. What do I mean? What do you want for today? Things like, people say things like, affirmations, say this. I believe that affirmations will never be enough. Because sometimes you are reading these things, I am this, I am that, and you can't really feel it, and you just keep saying it, they're almost like empty words. You know why? Because you don't have pictures. And pictures is within your mind. So what I tell people when I work with people and when I teach them is how to dream is do it like you're, watching a movie in your head. Sometimes I'm in that space and I start laughing because you're imagining things. You're like, so what would happen if this and this? And you replace pictures. So if something comes in that makes you feel uncomfortable, you say, right there, you change it in your mind. You say, okay, so instead of when I entered that place. No. When I entered, that's not what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And you do those things on a regular. Dreaming and imagination is not something you do when you sleep. That's a subconscious state. You need to dream consciously. Yeah? So that's how to set your imaginations in motion. Consciously dreaming. So have I jumped? Let me take a back step. What do you want? I think that's the question. What do you want? What do you really want? What do you really want? Why do we focus on the things that we do not want and magnify them above the things that we want? So when we look at what is it that I want, how much time do you spend on the things that you want? So when you want something, how many times have you written it down? How many times have you gone back to it and looked at it and allowed your creativity to breathe on it? So a lot of times people think that the word creative is for people that paint or that are photographers or that what your very essence, the very core of who you are is creative in the sense that you use any word to describe yourself, mother, father, it's creative, artist, accountant, any word, just say the word any word that captures you in motion, doing something, you realize that is a creative word, is a word that requires you to do something, meaning that our very essence, the core of who we are, is in itself creation. So that means that when you think about something, every time you think about it, know that you have the ability to create from what doesn't exist. I'm talking about wealth. So remember that money is just something that you have in your hands to buy but wealth is something that helps you to create an abundance, right? And so that means that when you are focused on wealth in itself is abundance in all things, meaning that you see everything as a seed that can be multiplied. So it can be this biro. When I'm looking at this biro, the person that created it was thinking about how it can do something. And so when I'm looking at the biro, right, I'm thinking, okay, how I can write with it. This thing is blue. Oh, and it's blue. Reminds me of my blue top that I can. What I'm trying to say is that everything has a seed of creation. So expect to, don't lose your sense of wonder. Expect something creatively to occur in your everyday life. So I'm teaching you how to set your imagination in motion. When your mind is used to creating things from what doesn't exist, it creates a level of abundance within you. And remember, I started from you have infinite capacity. So infinite capacity, the way that you can set those things in motion is to consciously, every day, decide, teach your mind to imagine, teach your mind to dream, teach your mind to go out and just keep imagining things. You know what it will do for you? You will create possibilities. You will never feel stuck. Because when you see a thing, you'll be like, okay, this one is not working. Why don't we try this? And that one is not working. Why don't we try this? Because your mind is structured to imagine. It's structured to think. It's structured to create things that did not exist. So you can never be stuck. So this is something that you can apply to everyday living. Let me tell you how bad it is. So sometimes when I wake up and maybe they say, oh, the water, something went off. I'm just able to improvise because I'm never stuck. I'm not going to think of something else. My mind on its own kicks in. It's like clockwork. It just works. So for instance, let me give you, right now, you will not believe, I am somewhere doing like I'm doing a photo shoot for a landmark birthday for my husband. And I looked at the time and like, I have to be at this webinar tonight. So we just moved things around. I said, it's not a big deal. Other people would have been panicking. Like some people are like, oh my God, do you need to go back home? Do you need to? I'm like, it's not that deep. I need a space and whatever. Got this, move this, put that there, put this there. What kind of light do we have? That's fine. This light can stay here. That you can never literally be stranded. Never. So, but you have to teach your mind to generate wealth. Generate wealth. When your mind is used to, now wealth, remember, is not money. Everything your eyes can see, your mind can create it. So when you are in that creation mode, you are never really stuck. I think we've captured that. One more thing is that your wealth is really in your difference. I shared something in my newsletter today, and I was talking about my daughter's graduation. She finished from secondary school yesterday, and we had this graduation event in the school, and I was there, just sat down and watching all of the children. They were so different, like the one that was the cool one, you would know the guy that was, sometimes there was one point maybe the children were singing, the guys at the back were like, I'm too cool for school. They were just there, just chilling, like, who has time to sing? I found it completely hilarious. And there were some that were singing, really singing high with their voices. I said, these ones are the Eficos, these ones are, I just looked at a whole, and I saw myself in all of those children. And I saw that all of us are so different. I know you've heard this over and over, but I want to make it real to you. You are so different, such that the things that are different about you are the things that generate wealth for you. What do I mean? So when they're giving awards, they give awards for the sportsman, the artist, the ones that were the intellectual guys, in the subjects, math, physics, whatever. There were some that, the social ones that, arranged the other children. They gave awards for the mentors, the ones that, took care of other people, made sure they were fine. They gave awards for the disciplinarians, the ones that, that if you come to this place, I will fire you, you will kneel down. They give awards for every different aspect. And I realized, you see, if that one person who was, for instance, the sportsman thought, I wish I could be better in math. I want to just focus on math. And he left his sports and was doing math. He would not have any award. And we will not know him. What am I saying? You see, the world is a level playing ground. Play to your strengths. Play to your strengths and stop competing. You are not it is not a race. Stop competing. Stop saying, I'm going to show them, and this person is not my mate. I'm going to, when I do this, let me learn this thing. Let me do it better than this. It's not about that. The things that you can do well, the things that are unique about being you, the reason why people gravitate towards you, have you harnessed those things? That is where your wealth is. What do I mean? Your wealth in people, your wealth in connections, your wealth in actual money, your wealth in value, your wealth in every single thing. You know why? When you show up with your difference every day, you show out. Because when somebody meets you, you must leave a part of you with them. You must. You cannot meet, you cannot be, and you are forgettable. I always say you must have the X factor, the that's because you have been given. And so every single time, take it as an opportunity. Teach your mind to show up. Teach your mind that every time I have a conversation with someone, you know why? That is where your wealth is. That is where your wealth is. I remember that, and this is, should I share this? Let me hold it. Let me hold it, I'm coming. Sola, you want to say something?
Yes, so I just thought to interrupt you, and just break that flow a bit. There's so much to unbundle from everything that you have said. And I'm like, this one is it's not a conversation again. It is full-blown masterclass. And I know that if I leave you, you can go on full throttle, Yeah. So let me take you back on some of the things that you have said. Yes, some people are saying we are ready. I know we can continue till 11 like this, and she doesn't have that time. So let me try and break and unbundle some of those points. Now, there are three key things that I have picked from what you have said. I will start from the very last one or the second to the last one, talking about your wealth being in your uniqueness. So I was at a program yesterday where it was a gala night and Kiss Daniel was the one performing. And back to back, he just kept, and I'm like, so I asked a friend and I'm like, I know that, they say some of these performers, they take stuff, they are sometimes high, all of those. But, so I was telling the person, I said, all of this high, they use stuff may not necessarily be so, in the sense that I was at an event earlier in the day where I was about, finances, attaining financial freedom. I was meant to talk for 45 minutes, but I know I went on and on. They kept extending the time, the Q&A. It was so intense. And I could go on just like if I live in, I could go on. So talking about your wealth being in your uniqueness, I just thought to corroborate that fact that once you find what it is, once you identify, so I share what I call as you rise today, just something to prepare people for the day. And this morning I was like, something gets you out of the bed, something gets you excited, something gets you high. Once you identify it, that's it, guys. And that is where wealth is, so I just thought to say that. Now, this is a question which I picked from the comments. I don't want us to sleep on it. Now, somebody says that, how can I teach myself this wealth consciousness? But I think I should rephrase it. Now, some people are listening to you and they're like, yes, well, is a very, valid point. But here I am. I have been through a lot in my life. I have seen a lot. I've been battered. I have, how can I sort of switch my mindset, switch my orientation? How can I start to embrace this consciousness that you have described? I think I should let you go with that, and then I'll come back again.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. So the first thing, your wealth is in your difference. I know that a lot of times people, I use the word difference because a lot of times people say, I don't know what is unique. Maybe unique is over your head. But difference is the sense that, those things that you feel different about, even your thoughts, your ideas, your perspective, your spin. It doesn't have to be anything big. So don't think that I need to find this, that's another thing. Oh, my passion. I need to find something I can do that can bring me wealth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your wealth is in your difference. What is different about you? In the sense that, how do you see? How do you perceive? How do you hear? And all of these things are tainted by, I'm going to join everything there, by your experiences, where you've been, where you're coming from, the things that have happened in your life, your associations, everything, all of those things. Sometimes they're not always great. We don't all have these great experiences. Some of them are things you don't even want to remember. But I want to tell you that every one of those things are lessons on your journey to the next. So your path would not be what it is if you did not have all of those experiences. However, what you make of those things is what changes. So your wealth is in your difference. How do you begin to accept and own up to these things such that they do not cause you shame? So that's the thing. It cannot cause you shame. It must be something that you are able to share as healing for other people. So this is the way to do it. The only way to convert pain is if you can convert it into something that heals another person. Because when it heals another person, it comes to you as gratitude. Let me take that again. I hope you understand. So when you are something that has caused you pain, something that has made you, cower, something that's almost like a thing of shame or disgrace. Because as humans, we're not built to deal with shame. You are built for the spotlight. So you like to be honored. You like to be respected. You like to be valued. That is our very essence as humans. So anything that, brings all of those coverings on you, you carry it as a load. The only way that you can shed those things is to convert it into something that heals other people. And you would have to find that by yourself, either in a story, in something that you do for others, either in something that you can share that will help somebody else out. Those things, when it comes back to you, it comes back to you as gratitude. And then it no longer causes you shame. Your eyes, once something that has been exposed, once it has been seen and heard by others and it brings them healing, you are free. That's the first thing. So when So I'm answering the question from behind when she was saying something about, yeah, I know, but how am I able to do this? Then how am I able to cause my imagination to really create for me? Is when, again, like I said, you have to learn any pain to convert it to healing for another person. So this is why a lot of us are unfulfilled. Can you still hear me? Can everyone hear me? Let me know that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something like a glitch. I wanted to be sure. So a lot of us, the only thing, that's why money can never fill you. Because the only thing that fills you is when you feel useful, when you feel like you have done something for someone else, when you feel like, yes, I'm useful here, I'm valuable. And the only way is to give yourself to the service of others. We're talking about wealth, we're talking about money, we're talking about, your wealth being your difference. The first thing is you must accept who you are. You must honor who you are. You must love who you are to be able to serve your difference to the world. You cannot serve your difference if you are still hiding it in the cobwebs. You're like, this thing is not so cool. It's not so good. And the only way to do that is to make sure that every pain that you have in those areas, you have converted it to healing for other people. And this is something that you have to sit with by yourself and decide, what about this thing makes me feel this way? What is it about this thing? And break it down. How do I feel? How do I think that people will see it? Break it down. What's the worst that could happen? Everything that stands like a weight. You see, like I said, it's all in your imagination. And once your imagination is clouded, it's difficult for it to create because it's already covered with all sorts of insecurities and intimidations. And see, we shed them every day. Don't think that everything is going to leave you one day, brah, and you just wake up and I'm now a whole person. Every single day, make up your mind. So it is for you to start doing a check when you feel a certain thing. Let me give you a particular example. There's somebody that, is my good friend, but has not learned vulnerability. So vulnerability is when you are able to show up without shame and without fear of being judged. And, the funny thing is that when you show up as that, the things that you think would, the people that you think, they will be this, they will be too intimidated by your confidence that they will take whatever you say you are. So let me give you an example. I was with someone one day and I'm very expressive because I have come to this point where, day in, day out, I'm learning to love and to give of myself every single day. The more you give of yourself, the freer you become. The more you see someone and you're able to say, wow, this is how you made me feel, where you are no longer afraid. If they just say this, that's not your business. Give. Teach your heart to be open. Teach your heart to love. Because you see, when you teach your heart to love, you are so open to good that it is difficult for things to stay that worry, that bother, that confuse you, because your heart is given to abundance. So what do I mean? One day I shared all of these stories. I have them so much. She's probably here. So I have maybe, for instance, somebody that's, I feel like maybe a staff, someone that I work with. And let me give you another example. There was this particular guy I had met, and he was supposed to do some work for me. And he came really late. Oh, wow. He came like an hour late, and it was a shoot for a group of high-profile women. And they had been waiting for him. And when he showed up, all scattered, carrying his light here, camera there, everything all over the place. Because I have taught my heart to be abundant, what I saw was him. I just kept looking at him and wasn't seeing. My ears heard what he wasn't, I was in the moment with him. And so I just said, give me a minute, guys. And I went to the side and I just said to him, I said, how much longer? And he was looking at me. I said, how much longer are you going to keep saying yes to the things that you do not have the capacity for? And he was looking at me. And he said, I don't know. I said, you knew today. You knew. You had so many other things you were doing, but you still took this. How much longer will you put yourself in this position where you are flustered, where you are scattered, where you are not showing up in your difference? How much longer? You know what? He broke down and started to cry because he knew what I was saying. So I did not look at him and start shouting, why are you here? You're not here. Why are you late? You're not late. Look, you cannot be this person that is always moved by only the things that you can see, the things that you can hear. You will be completely distracted. You have to be able to understand that you are way more than the things happening around you. Your eyes can see, your ears can hear. And that is how to serve your difference, showing up for that person because he needed you at that time. And guess what? He gave it his best shot. Of course, when he broke down, he came to himself, washed his face, and showed up as his best self. Why? Why? Because he had shed every shame, every fear, every weight. Hey, what am I going to do? Hey, he shed everything and was able to show up. Do you understand what it means now to set your imagination, emotion, to see abundance? Even when everything is like, yeah, madness here. But your eyes are not looking at what you can see. Your ears are not hearing what is being said. No, what's that? You are not distracted because you have infinite capacity. Does that answer the question?
You are the one that needs to go, Elio, because you are trying to unbundle.
Yeah, I need to go now.
You are giving me more
I need to
notes.
go now. I'm sorry. I need to go in.
How many?
Yes, a few more.
How many more minutes do we have?
I just looked at it.
5.
I just looked at it. I have like about 10. I can give 5 to 8 minutes. I can
5
give 5
to 8 minutes. All right, guys. Okay, so
but something quickly, ma'am.
Right.
Give me a second. So what I want to say is I'm going to share a task sheet. And this is what I typically do. A task sheet is a to-do list, a to-do like action plan. So YBB has said all of these things, and this recording is going to be available. So you can go back and then you work through the task sheet. Also, if you are on my mailing list, if you signed up for this, you are in the mailing list, so you get the task sheet by mail. There's also a Telegram channel where I'm able to answer questions. So I know that, we can't take too much of everyone's time like this. However, there's an avenue to, answer those questions. So the task sheet will help you to break things down and, take your notes and get your action in motion before, the next few webinars that I'll be having. So take the floor, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so let's quickly get some of your details. First and foremost, I am advising everybody to first of all follow YBB on Instagram at Identity Coach. Someone could help me type that out in the comments. That's number one, because obviously we have not even scratched the surface. Talk less of going deep into. We are not deep. The deep is not deep at all. This is just surface, and it is loaded. My notes are full already, guys. Right? So follow up right away at Identity Coach. The mailing list for this.
Once you follow Identity Coach the mailing list, you have the link.
Right. Yeah. Coach Emo, could you help me dig it out? The registration details for Deeper with YBB. Help me drop it in the comments. The Telegram group, once they get on your
they're fine. Instagram, everything, once they get that, they're fine. They will get it. It
will be there. And the task. So guys, you need to get on those channels so that you can. Thank you. And then for our newsletter, brilliant. Thank you. Right. So how do I even want to recap? So much to say. Okay, so let me take just one more question whilst I allow you say like some parting words. Does anybody have a question? Once you're gone, we will still try and unbundle those things. I'm going to invite like 2 or 3 people to, join me for just about 10 minutes. We will unbundle, but let me take just one more question and then let me leave you to give a final. I think you should give your final word whilst I look out for the question in the comments. Bye.
Right. Somebody's saying something. How do I discover my wealth what? Let me take that.
Wealth gap and bridge it. Right. How do I discover my wealth gap and bridge it?
I mean, I think for you, first of all, you need to identify, what do I want? What do I feel is missing? First of all, before you identify a gap or a bridge, what do I want? What do I identify is missing? What do I need? Who can help me? Those are the things. Quickly, who can help me? And then within your who can help me, if you watch the webinar from last week, we talked about allies of power and how to attract the people you need for your unique journey. So there are definitely some people that you need for your unique journey, but you will attract them by just doing what? By being a flower. So being a flower is just where you are. Just decide, I'm going to be blooming. I'm going to be, I'm not competing. I'm just going to, be. I'm going to do everything that I'm going to do. I'm going to do all of the inner work on things that, that make me appear not serious, things that make me not show up as my highest. So if I have issues with certain things, I work on myself because that is what it means to be. So when you are being, you're like a magnet. Things start drawing themselves to you when you appear at a particular place because you are being. Somebody will just look at you and say, oh, this and this, and you talk, you start going from there. This thing is not rocket science. It's not a function of what is happening in any economy, in anything. No. Your personal wealth advantage is in you deciding every day to show up as your highest self. What does that highest self mean? It means that self where you are no longer afraid, you have no shame, you have you have none of those things. All you are serving the world with is your highest, your best, your uniqueness, your difference, and your heart large with love and kindness and graciousness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just this one question. Does YBB work with people personally? And if yes, what does it do?
Wow, that is a very special question. I work with people one-on-one, but it's very close-knit, and from my details, you can find out all of those things. Yeah.
All right, thank you. We'll let you go now.
It's bespoke. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please make sure that you sign in everywhere. The task sheets, you have them this week. Telegram, I'll be open to answering more questions. I will be in there chatting back and forth. Thank you, Ude Emanuela. I see you, Emanuela. Yeah. I saw Erica earlier. I hope, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach Sola.
All right.
Shakira. Thank you.
We'll let you go now, and then we'll recap. All right, take care then. Bye. All right, guys, don't go yet. Don't go. I know that you wanted more. You will still get more, but please, from our details, hook up, get the recording for last week, and just start to learn from there. But I think we should just do like a recap. I'm going to invite 2 or 3 people to join me, and let's hear what you have picked from this conversation. Of course, I've got my own notes. I will do my recap. I will go first, but I would also invite some people. Olajimoke, OSO, if you're still there, put on your powder. I'm good because I've seen you in the comments. I am going to bring you into the spotlight. AMA, I'm going to bring you into the spotlight as well. Let's have this conversation together. So I'm going to be spotlighting you. I will do my recap first. Emmanuel Kilani, I see you raising your hand. Do you want to ask a question or do you want to recap? So what's happening? What happened to my spotlight? Okay. At spotlight, 2 people, right? What's happening? MOS, I keep seeing you on the screen. Okay, so I will do my recap and then I will get yes. Okay, so Olajimoke, if you are there, please just raise your hand so I can add you to this. Let's just bring in our coaches so that MO, awesome, brilliant. You need to turn your video on so that I can also I can't see I want to add you to the spotlight, Malajima. Okay, I can't even see you. So start your video for me to add you. Mo, let me see you as well so I can add you to the spotlight. So guys, I mean, YBB has dropped a lot of bombs and she has disappeared. Now, it is up to us to sort of unbundle. But one of the things that really, really, really hit me and one of the things that I could resonate with was what she talked about, you know, regarding using your pain to be a healing to others. Now, something phenomenal happened to me during the course of last week. Phenomenal. I'd gotten like a call from the US consulate to say that, you know what, send in your profile, blah, blah, blah. There's a meeting. Who's this meeting about? So the call was like, send it like right away. So I sent in my profile and then it called me to say, you have to add this and that. I'm like, okay. So I sent it within 2 minutes. Yes, I have all those things handy. I can't be caught unawares. So I sent it in, and please turn on your videos, OSO and AMA. Yes, thank you. MO, if you are there, please raise your hand. I can see so I can add you to the spotlight. And then so I got I sent in my profile and, all of those things happened for a meeting that was going to happen, on Wednesday. And then on the day of the meeting, they had called me the day before to say, please get here before 3:30. Do not come late for anything. Do not come late. I said, what kind of a meeting is this? So on the said day rather, I got there at 2:00. I'm like, I don't have details. Am I speaking? Am I meeting? What is happening? Go. Like, how can I not have details? I just told my media assistant to follow me. So we got there 2:00. As I got there, I came out of the car and I met the person who sent me the invite. So I'm like, I'm here. Oh, thank you. But so what's this meeting about? Who are we meeting? And he just said, you're meeting Miss P. I'm like, Miss P. Who is Miss P? Anyway, at 3:30, they said to come in. When we went in, I just thought that it was, a table of about 12 people, and there were name tags on it. The first name that my eyes went to or saw on the table was the ambassador of the US to Nigeria. I'm like, what, wait. What's happening here? And I was going to be sitting opposite her. Then to her right, which was to my left, I saw the email, the name tag of another person. It's out in the public anyway. Was it Victoria Nuland? And I quickly checked that up. The fourth in command of the entire US Department of State. And then I looked at all the other name tags. I'm like, this person, at least I don't know them, but I read about them. Top people. And so the guy said, we invited only 4 women in the whole of Nigeria to meet with these delegates. Like, you are meeting with the boss of the ambassador of the US and the ambassador. Last year, December, we had a program where, the ambassador was there. Like, ambassador, hold on. Let me just even get near her to take a selfie. I literally just imagined it. So this day, we were talking, and then they gave us a brief. I'm like, this is the caliber of people we are meeting, and you didn't give us advance notice. And then they came in, we did all of the intros, we sat down, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Why am I saying this? How did I get into teaching personal finance? From my pain. And if you have listened to me long enough, you would have heard me say time and again how I made money mistakes, how I thought I had money demons. Guys, these money mistakes, these money demons pushed me into embracing financial literacy, embracing my purpose, teaching people and saying, well, I have been there, I've been broke, I've been battered. And then putting me in a room that, in my career, maybe in the next 5 years, I would not have imagined to get into. We took pictures. It was brilliant. We exchanged contacts. There were promises. There were assurances. And I'm like, 4 people, 4 women in the whole of Nigeria. Now I'm sharing that because sometimes, like she said, once you take the shame away, you are free. We are so fixated on what people would say. I mean, she said so much. Talking about self-awareness. I tell people, see, there are 3 sides to a man. They call it the tripartite nature of man. You are spirit, you are soul, you are body. And this is what I do with myself and for myself. When I make a mistake, I tell myself, you know what? My body was the one that made the mistake, not my soul, not my mind. So I don't beat myself up. I don't wallow in regrets. I'm like, you know what? Move on. Move on. Like they say, we have never heard of this thing. It's a lie. There's nothing like that. I make mistakes. So my level of self-awareness is like this. Yeah, my conscience is there when I feel I've done wrong. I try to make amends, but I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yes, you did that. It was wrong. Make amends, but you know what? Move on. I will never allow, you know, all of those conversations that we have with ourselves. You know, we say, I don't know. It is, no. I tell myself, body, know your, you know, hold your side. Spirit, hold your side. But soul, hold your, let's have a conversation. So I made a mistake, but you know what? That's not going to define me. And those are the things that build this world consciousness. So last December, in my mind, I literally imagined taking a selfie with the US. I'm not talking about the Nigerian ambassador. And less than 6 months. Like I literally sat opposite her. I literally sat beside Victoria Lunand. We had the conversations, one up, brilliant. We went outside, took pictures, exchanged contact. I'm like, my wealth consciousness has just moved like this. Like, because the connections I have, don't try me again. Let me brag. I have bragging rights. Guys, these things that why I wish you had time to dig deeper and to go deeper. If you do not have it, if you have not gotten it in your mind, forget it. There's nothing. It starts from here. And for the person who is saying, I don't know, you cannot understand. I've been worse. Relationships-wise, there was a time I was so, it wasn't an addiction. It was just some wrong mindset. I felt I wasn't adequate. I felt people didn't like me. I was easily triggered. It wasn't envy, but it was just this feeling of, I wasn't, but my self-worth was zero. It's amazing what has happened over the years. There are things people will do for you, but there are things that you have to do for yourself. Talking about this self-esteem, self-regulation, self-awareness. I have shared many times at webinars and at different places. I literally think about something and then it comes to little things. Oh, I need a bottle of perfume. And the next week I'm getting 3. World consciousness. Like, oh, I feel like eating turkey. I don't want us to eat beef again in this house. And then the next week I am getting boxes of turkey from 4 different, I can't explain it, but I know that my mind literally attracts the things that I want. So I am now very particular about the things that I think, because I realize that when I think it, it happens. So no negativity here, guys. See, I write a lot. I'm taking notes. Let me not continue, because my own recap, it just further corroborates the values that I hold, the things that I believe. And this year, let me say this, the final thing before I open the floor. Now, we have been saying there's no money, it's a challenging here, blah, blah, blah. I tell people God doesn't play monetary and fiscal policies. The money that we are saying there's no money, crypto market is down, stock market is down. Where's the money? The money is here. So I was talking with a friend yesterday and she said, Shola, wait. The money is here, but let's even drill a bit deeper. The US is complaining. China is in a mess, lockdown. Europe is in a mess. Have you heard the Middle East complain? What's happening with Dubai? What's happening with Saudi Arabia? Are they complaining? The money is here. The money It's going round and round. So if you say, they say there's no money, keep the market, portfolio market. It's down. We are in trouble. Inflation. If you have that mentality, you literally will attract those things. So the money is here. The money is exchanging hands. The question is, how do we attract it for more to come to us? Somebody says my recap is another webinar. Let me shut up already. Guys, these things work. They work. And that's why I can continue like this till tomorrow, because they have worked for me. Right. Let me hear you, OSO Olajumoke. I know you were dropping some bombs, in that comment, and I was feeling the energy, because you know what? Energy attracts energy. Let's hear what you have to say to this.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, I've been able to. Thank you. It was really good. It was fire. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. It was really so good. I mean, she was hitting everything on the head, and I'm like, yes, this is what I say. This is what I tell everybody. This is the wealth itself. That's, I remember quoting me recently saying, I said, bet on yourself. And I'm like, yes, because you can actually bet on yourself. And earlier today, I was reading about something that Tyler Perry had posted. What he pays is overhead every month, his salary every month. Coach, you saw
$154 million.
Something millions every single month. I mean, the thing in my head is, this is the first generation business. It's a first generation business. It's a first generation. Disney is like the third generation of business. This is a first generation. Guys, some people know something. They know it. They get it right. If you don't know, you don't know. And what you don't know is what you pay for. What you don't know is what is keeping you where you are. The thing that we need is at the other side of that awareness. But you see, until you get that awareness, you are going nowhere. And it will not be God's responsibility. It will be your responsibility to get the awareness, to get to that place that you're going, And the way she was dropping it, and that I know that I, Olajumoke, can never be stranded. Because of all of the things that I put in myself, because I can bank on who I am, not on what I see in Nigeria, not on whatever is going on, not on the Bitcoin, not on whatever, not on the agri that is crashing, not whatever it is. I can back on me. As far as I have my mind, as I have my imagination, I can always come back. There is always a way. But you see, before we get to that point, it's always a very long, deep walk. I don't. When she was talking about the imagination, using it every morning, this is what I do to the people I coach. I mean, it's also one of the things that also hits me deep is so someone had asked me during the week and said, you're a fashion coach. You're supposed to be a fashion coach. You coach, I know you coach people on Fashion Business School. I know you, but many times on your status, we don't even know what you do because you are just there, gingering us. I said, see, this is who I am. I am for human. I am somebody who helps other people to get things done in their life. I will not be ashamed of that person. Every time it's as if, you want to box me to do fashion. I will do fashion. It's a business for me and I will do it excellently well. Then I will do this one that makes people get better. That is my secret sauce. That is my superpower. And nobody will take that away. And I don't even have to talk much before people pay me for doing that, But somebody is hiding them who they are. Somebody I write something on my status and I get a lot of DM because really that is effortless for me. That is who I am. And for other people, don't hide who you are. That's one of the things she said. You will never make money more than your purpose. There is no other thing that you do. The one that is your purpose, go, is the one that will give you the most money in this life. I don't market my coaching. I literally don't market. People just come and then I give them my bid and then they pay because it is who I am in all of my being, But you see, the other people who know who they are hiding. I see a Connie lady everywhere. Look at how effortless it is for her to teach that thing. I speak Yoruba, but I'm amazed every time I see her. I look at Coach Shola and I'm like, gosh, there's something. In fact, I was talking to someone about her yesterday. I said, there is something my coach has gotten right. See, when I want to sit with her, I just want to say, Coach, give me the lowdown of how you live your day to day, because there's a way, and you need to learn the way of the people who are making sense, the people who you want to be like, to be able to be like that. I don't want to be like every other person. I don't want to be a me too. I want to be Olajumoke in my full glory, all of me, and that's one of the things I need you to take away tonight. I mean, this is recapping quarter of one of the things she said, quarter, like not even a quarter of what she said. Be you unapologetically so, as in be vulnerable. So me, I don't even have shame anyways. Like when it comes to being me, sorry, you can't force me to be who I am not. So Coach, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I was already sleepy. I quickly had to
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, they say Abinibi is ability. You see how she gave it to us. Bass boss already. Coach Emo, let's have you. What's your recap from everything that we have discussed tonight?
Thanks, Coachy. I've got notes. I think I've got about 7 pages of notes here. And she just took me back to school. But one thing in which I've taken away from it there is you have you have infinite capacity and ability inside of you. What does that mean? That means there is no limit to what you can do. There's something that the Bible says, but the way we quote it, it says, I can do all things through Christ. He wasn't talking about Christ. He was talking about you. First, you need to have the ability to know you can do it. Now, the channel and the venue you would use to now express that is now the channel through Christ. But you are the one who must be able to. You need to have the consciousness of understanding. I wrote something down. I said, well, I'm just going to read it out. That says, there is a success formula. However, the permutation and the ingredients are personalized. What works for Coach Sola? She's one person in which everything she says, if she sends me a text message to me, I just take my time to read it twice again, because there's so much about her that I want to be like. But there's something I know, there can never be another Sola Adesakin. So I don't want to be Sola Adesakin. Sola Adesakin has a formula that is working. That formula will never work for me. It will never work for you. But one thing you need to understand is, what are the principles that govern the formula that is personalized to her? If I can understand those principles, I will now take my personal permutations, now plug it in there, then life opens. And today it's like, when there is a ceiling, it's like I felt that ceiling for so long. And tonight, what YBB just did was she broke that ceiling. And all of a sudden, it's like I've got a software upgrade. I've written over 8 pages. Whatever it says, the power is not outside. It is not the micro or macroecon. Coach said something. The money is on earth. One thing about money there is, money is nothing. Money is just computer ones and zeros. If you understand that, 30 years ago, there was nobody was worth 100 billion. In the next 20 years, somebody will be worth 1 trillion. Quote me. Why? Money is exponential. Anywhere the idea is, where does the idea come from? Right inside of you. You give birth to the expression. Is your ability to now know who you are. So when I take Sola Adesakin, I now check what principle is she using. I now take that principle and now plug in my Olusoji's permutations. What makes me me? So when she teaches about budgeting, you can never teach like she does. But when you want to teach about budgeting like Mayowa does. Teach like Morenike will do. You're both saying the same thing, but you are saying them in different ways. The gospel of Jesus Christ is one. But when you hear Papa Adeboye preach, it's different from when Bishop Oyedepo preaches. It's different from when you hear Pastor Masualu preaches. Why? They are delivering the same message, but they are personalizing and their download is quite different. Coachy, that's part of some of mine. I don't want to continue.
Thank you. I know some people have been asking, who is Olajumoke? Who is Coach Mo? So Olajumoke Olamikosi is one of our coaches. Apart from all of the things that she does, we are really blessed to have her as one of our coaches. Up until recently, she was Smart Stewards Inner Circle Programs Manager, but she's currently been drafted to our Smart Stewards Academy because we see the power and the fire that she has. Coach Mo is the head of our Smart Stewards Academy, for those who have been asking. I'm going to have Coach AMA. We have names, you know. Me, I'm Coach SA, I'm CSA, but call me SA, Sola Adesakin. So AMA, I want us to finish before 9:30, right? So I'm going to have you take a shot at, you know, the conversation. And then I just brought in, because somebody mentioned Akoni Lede, and I see that a video was on talking about positioning. Now, let me tell you something I omitted in the story I said earlier on. When they called me from the US consulate, and within 2 minutes, I, you know, sent in my profile. The guy called me later, and he told me on Wednesday when we had the meeting, he said, I reached out to 3 of you, apart from the 3 other women. You sent in your profile within 2 minutes. That was the only reason you got positioning. So I saw a video, somebody mentioned, and I'm like, oh yeah, come on. You never could say what would happen from here. He said, you sent in your profile, so live ready. It's a thing of the mind. In this day and age, you cannot afford to have a lackadaisical attitude like, what will be, will be. Energy attracts energy. AMA, go for it.
All right, ma'am. Okay. Okay.
You are unmuted. You are muted, rather.
All right. Okay. Can you?
What's happening? No. He keeps going into unmute, unmute, and unmute, and unmute. So check from your end. Unmute now.
Please, can you?
Oh, so let me make you a co-host so that you can mute yourself or mute yourself. Now go for it. Are you using an earpiece? Maybe you should remove that if possible. Okay, all right. While she was trying to sort that out, Akoni Lede is not one of our coaches, but she has followed for long. I see amazing things that she does. She teaches Yoruba. Actually, she teaches my sons Yoruba, right, every Saturday. And these boys, they are doing some wonderful things. I'm so glad. You know, I saw your video on, somebody mentioned your name. Tell us. I know you are driven. You have trained so many other coaches. You do amazing things. Now, talking about what YBB has said, what's your personal take? How has it worked for you? Unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach. Can we all hear me?
Yes.
So I joined in a bit late, and I am happy to, to be here tonight. Honestly, one of the things that have worked for me over the time is that I am ready to take action. I'm an action woman. I don't analyze the process a lot. I see that this thing is for me, and I go for it. Yes, there are times that I want to self-sabotage. I feel, Damnale, you're not good enough. Oh, you're not enough. You can't do it. And then I'll hear Coach will say, she will imagine something in her head. Someone writes it down. I'm like, if Coach can do this, if Coach Shola can write this down, then someone she will post it on the group, and then she will say the universe. I will say the universe is working for Coach Sola Adesakin. Work for me too. I am going for this, and I will not stop.
God has his place. Universe has its place.
I will go for it. And something that I have not shared on the group for the AWEC thing, when I saw the information, I saw the process, and like, this is too much. I can't do it. And Coach Bumi, she's not here. She said, "Damlari, try it out," and all. And I realized that I was choosing out of almost 5,000 people that applied over, I don't know the number of countries, but I'm part of the 200 people that was chosen for HAWEC Cohort 5 this year. And I'm like, Damari, how did you get here from just a sales girl in an electrical company, having clients in different parts of the country, teaching their children, you know, doing all sorts with just this Yoruba language. So Yoruba team was so, you know, new. And the thing is now going beyond what I can just imagine, or, you know, but I want to thank God for the opportunity to be in this circle of women, to be mentored by Coach Sola Adesakin. Literally, I have opened my mind. Coach, I am waiting for the day I'm going to tell you that is something you said at our pajamas last year. And then you said, when one of us hit this figure, I want to hear. Coach, I am coming to share this figure. Just hold on. You'll be amazed. This Yoruba don't so you know new. Is this Yoruba? And we are making global impact. Thank you so much, Coach. I'm grateful. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing your story. Akonilede inspires me. I mean, I have watched her evolve. I mean, over the years, I love her energy. She serves people from just all over the world, teaching Yoruba. And like my sons, they speak Yoruba now because on Saturday, hey, Coach Akonilede is on Zoom by 3 o'clock. She serves people in Canada. And I look at her, how she started. God gets the glory. But we have also got a part to play. I am really, really happy for you. And I know that you have just started. You know, when you hit that target, you know what to do. You know how we do it. We celebrate it big. God bless you. Is AMA back? It's almost 9:30. This recording is available right now on YouTube or Facebook. 2 things I need you to do. Yes, we hosted YBP. Maybe sometime soon we might bring her to finish what she started, but please get into our community. So let me tell you, there's no, this is my own community. Nobody has monopoly on people or communities. Wherever your needs are being met, wherever you are tapping energy, wherever you are getting the energy that keeps you going, get into it. We are life coaches, we are finance coaches. That's why we can collaborate. We can do things together. So there's nothing like, no, come on, join our own community. Have you heard us say anything about our own community right now? Or since we started this program? No. But I know that she's got something that would bless you, right? In terms of, you know, how you can build your world consciousness and all of those things. So join YBB's Telegram group and learn from her. Follow her Identity Coach on Instagram. And of course, I will allow Coach M to talk about our own community just in a bit. But guys, I am begging you. I really wish I could kneel down. I know that, I mean, I send out newsletters. I sort of, you know, let people see what the reality is. But at the back of all of this, never ever forget that this money that you think you have lost in your portfolio on in investments, they're here. They are still here. Some of those things, especially stock market, crypto market, are paper losses. And for those in our investment club, yes, it's been a very interesting year, you know, for lack of a better word. It's been intense, but guys, it is just more. See, the wealth is here and the transfer would happen. So if you can get it right in your mind.
It is happening, coaching.
Guys, right? Sorry?
Transfer is happening already.
It's happening. So please, let's work on these little things here and there. And, you know, we will finish this. I'm glad we are having this conversation just before the second half starts. Coach Irame, can I give you just 2 minutes? Can you say something? Let's see if you're back, and then Coach Emu will finish up the meeting from there. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's just leave the fact that my phone went off. Okay. What got me in this conversation is 2 things majorly. Coach has talked about vulnerability. I'd like to talk about that unique. And when YBB was talking about it, she said how you see things as sometimes ordinary, but it stems from your experiences. And it got to me because at times the way Coach Ese would see something would be because of the number of rooms that she has been in. The way I would see something would be because of the kind of rooms I have been in. And so it changes my perspective. So when someone is saying, this economy will kill us, I'm seeing now like 7 years happens, and it rides on the back of anything. And in any case, we come out back stronger. So there was that part that really got to me. The other one that got to me was to give of ourselves daily. There's so much inside of these 7-8 pages that everybody has written, and I'm just holding myself back. And she said, you're going to have to teach your heart to love, because when you teach your heart to love, when you add value daily, when you give of your stay. So this thing about the economy, about even in the global economy, imagine that every day that you keep giving of yourself. And so yes, I'm still going to have to unpack more. There's so much, but yes, thank you very much, Coach Ese. It was mind blowing for me. And when Coach Emo said there was a plug that had been unpacked, yeah. All right, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. For those who are joining us for the first time, of course, you can see our coaches, you can see our community members, you can feel the energy, and we are not perturbed by what we see. This year is going to be the best year ever. On a personal note, the best prophecies I have received in my Christian life have been at the beginning of this year. So when I see these things happening, I'm like, gosh, devil, don't mess around with me. You're not going to mess with my prophecies. You're not going to mess with my mind. Yeah. So we take on the spirituality side. We take action. We are rightly positioned. We move with the right people. We compartmentalize friendships. I was sharing yesterday, and I think this is very profound. My spirit wants me to share it before I hand over to Emo. I was saying that, you see, when we talk about relationships, somebody was saying, yeah, they keep saying that I should join, I should have friends, I should move with the right set of people. And she says, I am introverted. I don't understand how. And I'm like, guys, ladies, compartmentalize your relationships. For example, I have my spiritual friends, my inner caucus that we pray together. One of them is in LA, 9 hours behind. One of them is in the UK, 2 are in Lagos. We pray every single week. In the last 2 years, we have prayed. Those are my spiritual friends. I have friends for fun, like, oh girl, let's hang out, let's go and watch Kiss Daniel. We go there. From there, we go to spa. Okay, I have those ones. I have people in my mastermind when it comes to money issues. We want to raise this amount of people. I have them. I have acquaintances. I have mentors. So compartmentalize and be intentional also about the people that you are going to be moving with this year. June seems to be very fast. 6 months gone. I want us to sort of pause. July 1st is your January 1st. You haven't missed anything. No need for regrets. Don't beat yourself over your mistakes. Don't be perturbed or worried about the things that you have not achieved. July 1st is January 1st, 2022. Start all over again, guys. I will leave Coach Emil to talk about what we do, our communities, the inner circle. And guys, yes, the recording is there on YouTube and everywhere. You will see it. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Coachy. Thank you very much, everyone. Yet we are smart stewards. And what is smart stewards? Smart stewards is we have expressions in different ways. So we cannot even define who we are. What we do there is provide transformational experience and knowledge. A lot of people think about, when they hear about finance coaching, they think about money. No, money is just a byproduct. One of the things we do there is we have the Smart Investment Club. That is where we teach, we enable people to understand the principles that governs wealth creation. We also bring opportunities to invest. One of the things I'll tell the current members there is never let the current investment or past investments you've made hinder your ability to usher into the level of growth you would require to actually function in what is required in H2 2022. The knowledge you had yesterday got you here today. The knowledge and the skill set required to conquer tomorrow, you need to get that now. And one thing that I just wrote something down there is, if you are the smartest person in a particular room or in a particular gathering, you are in trouble. Why? Who is feeding you? What is feeding you? Where are you being fed? Those three questions are very, very critical. If you cannot answer those three questions, that means there is no growth. See, the earth is in constant motion. That is a fact. The earth is what? Is spinning. So at every point in time, the earth is not stationary. That means the earth is moving. So for you to be in the same position you are in, you need to move at the same frequency that the earth is moving. So that means even for you to be where you are, you need to do something. Now, for you to get ahead, you now need to be twice as fast as your current movement. How do you do that? You do that through getting knowledge. To me, the knowledge I've got in today is just priceless, because YBB broke something. And when I say broke something, I know what I'm talking about. You know, when you have a cloud that is hovering over you, and how was I able to get that? Because I belong to a group of what? Where knowledge has been shared. You know, when you fly at the frequency of an eagle, you don't have to worry about running into chickens. Why? Where eagles fly, chickens dare not fly in there. So if you really want to change what you're experiencing in life, change the frequency you're flying in, change the company. It's been proven scientifically. You are an average of the 5 closest person to you. And I can tell you right now, do a quick mental math. Financially, your body weight, intellectually, the 5 closest people to you, do the average. You are an average of them. No story. It's been proven. So if you really want to do what you get, what you've never gotten before, you have to do what you've not gotten. Get involved in a community. We have the Smart Stewards Inner Circle. This is not about coaching. This is where Coach Sola leads women, coach women personally. I know we're going to have something for men, because I felt women, we feel a little bit left behind. It's still Father's Day, so yeah, I'll get away with that. Then we have the Smart Stewards Academy. This is where we have all the resources. You know something? There is no financial topic right now that you are in, you really need, that we do not have a solution for you in the academy. It is there. The only problem we have in life is ignorance. I'll give you a quick example. In the last term, everybody's talking about crypto markets, whatever happens. I lost a lot of money, and I was now thinking, what happened? And I realized it was just ignorant. Why? Because there was a few things I did not know. And you know, the funniest thing is, you would never know, you would never not know what you don't know, because you don't know what you think you don't know. The only reason you know what you don't know is when you know what you didn't know. But when you didn't know it, you would never know you did not know it. And the only way you can come into that, there is no problem in life that the solution is not there. But do you know where the solutions are? It is already written in a book, in a webinar, in a course, in experiential knowledge for someone like Sola Adesakin, someone like YBB, countless people that we bring to the community. We're not saying this because we want a transactional experience. It's transformational. Wherever you do belong to a community where this has been shared. And last but not the least, we have the Sola Adesakin. Oh, we have the Smart Stewards Junior Club. We have the Smart Stewards Teens Club. We have the Smart Stewards Starters. So we cater from all the way from when your child is 5 years old till when they're actually 60, 70 years, because we have the Smart Stewards Adventurers. We have chapters all over the world. We have the UK chapter. I'm in UK, so yeah, I'm passionate about UK chapter. We have the Canada chapter. We have the Middle East chapter. We have the US chapter. What do we do in chapters? We discuss personalized, regional, relatable experiences and knowledge. See, there are financial principles, but when it comes to an example, is 2 weeks ago we brought a tax accountant who was teaching us in the UK about the new tax law. That is going to be different to what they will teach them in the American Canada. So we don't just teach the blanket principles, we personalize the teachings as well. So we cater from 5 years old to 8. We have the Smart Stewards Junior Club, we have the Smart Starters, then we have the Smart Investment Club. And the last one is Sola Adesakin Masterclass. That one is closed already. And I think there will be a competition for next year's subscription. So if you really, and I don't even want to talk about the prize now because the Coach Shola from last year is not the same Coach Shola now. You know, so if you really, really want to be in that circus, it's just a group of 30 to 35 people, a close knit. Please drop us an email, academy@smartstores.com. We have the links there. Try and become one of our communities. And if you're an existing members, please, let's be more active. Let's turn up for webinars. We don't do this just because we want to do it. We do it because the only way you can have transformation is through knowing information, understanding, comprehension, and application. That is doing. You will never become something for a sustainable period of time if you don't have the understanding. You will never get understanding if you don't have the knowledge. You never get the knowledge if you know where it's been discussed. So on behalf of Smart Stewards tonight, Smart Stewards in the Circles, Smart Stewards Academy, and Smart Investment Club, thank you very much for everyone. It's been an amazing night.
Pictures.
Oh, I was about to forget that. Now, we have a tradition in Smart Stewards. We always take a group selfie. I'll take the screenshot. So everyone, please go and tie your wrapper, go and wear your wig, go and wear your cap, do whatever you need to do. Switch on the lights, on the generator, on the inverter, switch on your cameras. We are going to and I'm going to go through all the groups. So quickly,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, cameras on. I will start. There are 4 groups here, so please be patient. Don't switch it off until I say so. Now I'm in screen 1. Everybody, cameras on. I'm seeing faces. Everybody, I can't see your camera. Everybody, cameras on. Okay, I'm going to take screen 1 ready. Screen 1. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to take one. I'm going to 4. Don't worry. I'm going as fast as possible. I'm going to the next screen now. Everybody, cameras on. Screen 2. Why? Come on, screen 2. Let me see your faces. Cameras on screen 2. Thank you very much. Screen 2. I'm going to screen 3 right now. Okay, I'm on screen 3 right now. Everyone on screen 3, switch on your cameras, please. Screen 3, let me see your faces. Screen 3, screen 3 is agree with you. Okay, screen 3 now. Screen 4, the last one. Cameras on. Thank you very much. Now, before we go, I'm going to unmute everybody. We normally do a big shout out and say, everybody unmute yourself. It's been an amazing day to all the daddies.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, CSA. Thank you.
The music.
Thank you.
Okay, then.
Love you, Madam Sola.
Bye, people.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Everyone. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye. People are going out.